Hi, comic book fans. Welcome to suddenlycomics.com. And today I'm going to share with you something a little bit special. Well, it's special for me anyway. I have purchased what for me is a personal Grail comic, and I want to share it with you. So, just going to give you a bit of background. Last year, I sold some comics at Heritage. It took about a year everything to get sold and sorted. I will do a video about my heritage experience because it is quite interesting. Anyway, the comics that I've sold, the money I have left in my heritage account. The reason for that is they're sat there in dollars. If I was to withdraw that money from heritage and move it to the UK, I would pay fees. Likewise, if I was to buy comics from Heritage in the future and had to pay, I would pay fees that way as well. Whereas if I just simply leave the money in my Heritage account and use it to buy comics at Heritage, I pay no fees for the money transfer. So that is what I am going to do. So I have bought some comics on Heritage already, which I will show you when they arrive. But I got one last night that for me is a bit special. So I'm going to share it with you. Okay, here it is. It is this one. It is a Batman 100. Now, I have been after this. Well, I've been collecting comics for 50 years. I collect Batman. So I suppose I could claim I've been looking for this for 50 years, but I haven't really. It's been on my radar since I saw it. I think it was in when Al and I were doing our Silver Age stuff last year. I think Alan showed this, and immediately I saw it. I said, I want one of those. I have been looking at the London Comic Mart for the last couple of London Comic Marts. I went round and looked for this, absolutely nowhere. Anyway, last night it appeared on the Silver Age Heritage auctions, and I decided to have a bid for it. How did I decide what to pay for it? Right, so I went to go collect. It is a grade 3.5. Okay, so I go to go collect and I look at the 3.5 grade, and here you can see previous sales and you can see a graph of sales. And you can see here the last two sales were at 395 and 445, but this has come down significantly from a year ago when it sold at 675. So I decided my maximum amount I was going to pay for this was $480. Okay, now you have to pay a buyer's premium at Heritage. So that meant my maximum bid could be 400 because with buyer's premium that went to 480. This would put me, at a reasonable price. So I bid a maximum of $400, $480 with buyer's premium. Right. So what happened? What happened was I tried to stay up and watch the auction. I was watching it in bed and I fell asleep because these auctions start at midnight UK time. I was watching the auction. I had to sit through all the flipping amazing Spider-Mans and I fell asleep. So that by the time it got to Batman, I was asleep. So I didn't know I'd won this until this morning. So here we go. You can see the details here of my bidding. Um, so I bid my maximum bid. It says maximum bid here. I bid $400, which was 480 with buyer's premium. I actually won it for $360, which was $432 with buyer's premium. Hurrah! Okay, so we go back. So I paid total, including buyer's premium, of $432, which is a great price. So it's a bit less than the previous price paid in March 2023. This hasn't sold in this grade for nearly a year. The cheapest price hit, no, it's March, that was December. In November it sold here, and then yeah, in January, this is the January 2023 sale. So a price of 432, I think is really good price. I think that's a cracking price. I don't think I'm going to lose any money on this. This not that it'll be me that loses money because this will stay in my collection and will get handed over to my kids at some stage. So let's go back and look at the comic. Because I think it's an absolute cracker. So this is a 3.5. Okay. Why? Look at this. It does not look like a 3.5, does it? It presents much better than the 3.5. I'll tell you why it's a 3.5. It's a 3.5 because it's got tape on the cover and interior cover. Right, you might think tape would count as restoration and this should get a purple label. It does not. Tape does not count as restoration. It counts as damage. Don't ask me why. I did not set the rules at CGC. Tape does not count as restoration. It counts as damage, and they downgrade it accordingly and they count it as damage. So if you look at this, where is the tape? I'll show you where it is. It is here. There's a tear just along here on this edge, and you can see there is a bit of tape there, and I suspect that loops round and goes back onto the rear cover as well. And that is it. That is what I think the tape is. So other than that, this is a fantastically clean copy. Look at this. The staples look really good. And the spine is not bad at all for a comic of this age. This is from 1956. And we have got a collection of 6 classic Batman covers here. I can name this one. This is Batman #1. Um, so we got the origin of Batman. We got an early Joker cover. We've got the bat plane and the bat cycle. And if we go down below, Heritage should tell us what all these are, because they do provide a description. Oh, sorry. They do provide a description. We scrolled, oh dear, excuse me. If we scroll down, it'll say Batman 100, CGC VG minus 3.5, cream to off-white pages, milestone issue, features all new stories and a collage of covers to Batman 1. I got that one right. 23, 25, 47, 48, and 61. There you go. Sheldon Moldoff and Charles Paris art, CGC notes, tape on cover and interior cover. Overstreet 2023, a VG40, $708. Impressive. CGC census says there are 37 in this grade, and 201 higher. This is a low census count comic. Let's go back to CGC. Let's see how many there are. There are actually only 333 universal graded comics of this. There are 34 restored and a total of 370. So this is a rare comic. No wonder I couldn't find it at the London Comic Mart. But there you go. I am delighted with my purchase of this wonderful copy of Batman 100. I have bought some other comics from Heritage. I've bought some other early Batmans, but this is my favorite. This is the one I got most excited about. I will share all these with you when I eventually get them from Heritage. I don't know, could be another year. Anyway, that is your lot today. See ya again soon.